So, honey blocks. Well, this is kind of awkward. Oh, there it goes. As I was saying, so honey blocks. The future of redstone, apparently. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate honey blocks. Why were they added? Why? I don't really. Okay, let me explain before you get mad at me, okay? Because I know the community absolutely loves honey blocks. Now, I myself haven't really played around with honey blocks in Bedrock. I did play around with it in Java, but the reason I despise honey blocks is because thanks to them adding the ability to have basically multicolored slime blocks, I've essentially wasted about 2 days of my life working on these two things over here. Now, some of you might remember a while back, Mumbo Jumbo, I don't really know if you've heard of him, he's a small time YouTuber or something. He and Seth Bling did a collaborative project of multicolored slime blocks where the concept was slime blocks of different color wouldn't stick to each other, but if they were the same color, they would stick to each other. Basically the same as honey blocks and slime blocks, except there was a bit more of a variety. Now, directly after he released that video, I wondered, okay, is there a way that you can recreate this thing? Now, he had this door, which were, I can't remember the size, but basically how it worked was it had basically like these tooths or something. I don't really know how to describe them. And then they would slide down and slide up, and it'll have this cool effect, kind of like a zipper or something that interlock, and it looked really cool. Now, as soon as I saw that video, I knew there had to be a way to recreate that without using the data pack. And by the way, I don't really know if you care, but I'll link a video to the slime block thing in the description because I realize some of you might want to check that out. But anyway, back to the main thing. So I had this idea that instead of pushing and retracting these blocks, why not have, or instead of retracting these blocks, why don't we push it out of the way? Very similar to my seamless glass piston door, where we push the glass across instead of retracting it. And there's just a proof of concept that I made. As you can see, it has this cool teeth or zipper pattern, and then the bottom ones on the side, they get retracted downwards. But then we have this kind of post thing in the middle that as soon as it's depowered, this thing pushes up and down again, pushing it up, and then we can recreate that door without the data pack. And now all of the time begins. I had to make this thing larger because I can't remember the size now to think about it, but I think this thing in front of me might have been the actual size. But the only problem was this is 3 high, and as we know, Bedrock redstone is an absolute pain, especially a thing that's higher than 2 blocks because timings are just incredibly broken and yeah. It's not always fun. I mean, I enjoy the challenge though. Okay, so this is the large one, and as you can see, it closes in a zebra pattern, and then at the end it gets pushed up just like that. And if you have a close eye, you can see that this one actually retracts a little bit slower than this one, and this is due to a really strange bug in the store. I don't really know what causes it, but for some reason I've managed to create an observer that doesn't update. I don't know what causes it if there's maybe a ghost block over it somehow, or if there's something else powering it and I'm just too stupid to notice it. But but this observer over here, it just does not update. This this triple piston extender and this triple piston extender, this triple piston extender, and this triple piston extender all use the same method. The same method that was used to make this triple piston extender, but for some reason, despite it working on all 4 of the other triple piston extenders, it just didn't work on this one. this thing just did not update no matter how I adjusted the timings. And I probably spent a good like 2 hours trying to troubleshoot it, but it just didn't work. And had honey blocks been added earlier, I wouldn't have wasted those 2 hours because I wouldn't have made this door. But yeah, now this whole honey block and door thing probably wouldn't have been such a big of a deal had it not been for the fact that I probably spent another 4 to 6 hours trying to make one that works in Java. And yeah, it's still unfinished. I actually did come really far because this one actually has no slime blocks in it, meaning that it's pretty cool. And yeah, it's could have been flush with the floor and flush with the roof. I spent probably 2 hours alone coming up with a flush triple piston extender, but it's absolutely huge. And yeah, oh yeah, it's a triple pulsar, not it doesn't extend completely, since this thing just kind of butt powers that guy to pulse. That's also why it's not getting spit out, because this observer is actually butt powering that guy for some reason. And then, of course, once you go on the internet, there's always someone making one smaller than you. Like this one, for instance. So that was kind of wasted period. But then Honeyblocks had to come along and just rub it in even harder. Yeah, I'm probably going too hard on Honeyblocks. Also, what happened to my skin? Why am I Alex? Why is my skin gone? That's pretty strange. But yeah, so I probably wasted like half my life on this thing. And yeah, that's pretty sad. Anyway, moving on back to the door and back from the honey blocks. Honey blocks. Wasted my entire life thanks to those stuff, and now they had honey blocks, but now all of my stuff is useless because you can make it so much easier with honey blocks. But that's okay. It's not totally like I wasted 2 days in this thing. But anyway, yeah. So if you want to take a closer look to this thing, I'm definitely not going to do a tutorial on it, or should I? I guess you can comment if you want me to do a tutorial on this thing, but it's a little bit obsolete since it can be made a lot easier using the new honey blocks. But as you can see on large scale, everything gets pushed down, and these are actually just normal pistons because they are the amount of blocks here are less than 12, so these can just push them all up. You don't, I don't need, I'm falling over my words. I don't need to retract them since they can get pushed, and as you can see, they just get pushed up along with the actual door itself. And then we just retract these two pulses down. Now, the cool thing about this is, what I did over here is I inputted the triple piston extender from the side, because that way I could make it a little bit smaller. But as you can see on this side, the triple piston extender that I made actually goes in from the back. And this means that if I turn these ones to the side as well, this thing is technically infinitely tileable. So I could technically end up with a 15 by 3 door if I just continue making this, but I'm definitely not going to do that, not now at least. But yeah, that's pretty cool actually, since you have a tileable door. I mean, how many tileable doors are there, especially for Bedrock? Oh yeah, and this was about at the same time that I realized you could use glass blocks, and it looked really cool because unlike Java, it actually has redstone actually has a bottom texture. So I don't know, that looks really cool in my opinion. But yeah, I really don't know what else to say about this door other than the fact that it cost me about 2 days to make, and I just wasted my entire life on it. Yeah. But anyways, don't mind me wasting my entire life away for absolutely nothing. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you liked this video of just me complaining and just rumbling about random stuff. And yeah, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys hopefully again next time with no, not my inventory, with a brand new video. Bye!